It's Miss Lauren here. I am an occupational therapist at NIS, and since it's getting warmer outside, I decided to show you guys a fun activity you can do outside and play in some water and try and stay cool as the weather gets warmer. So the first thing I did, I had to prep a little bit for this, so just so you know, it's not like an instant activity. You would want to think about this ahead of time because you'll need to freeze some small toys inside either some ice cube trays or some small dishes. So I had these little animal figurines that I froze inside. You can kind of see this one, you can kind of figure out what that is. And so I have two different bins here. One has warm water in it and one has the ice cubes with the animals. So we'll get those dumped out. And they didn't quite fit all the way in, but that's okay. It's kind of fun. They can kind of have an idea of what they're gonna find when they play with it. So then these were just some small dishes that I had because initially I couldn't find ice cube trays, so I just kind of went with whatever I had in the house. So I put a bunch of animals inside of this one, a few others here. All right, so we're gonna do some fun water play here. So I put warm water in this bucket so that we can slowly melt away the ice here to I guess reveal whatever animals you're gonna find in there. You could use small toys, you could use Legos, little cars if you have them, anything that's gonna be motivating for your child. If you wanna set up one bucket on one side and one on the other side, this will help with working on crossing midline. They can scoop the water and pour it on this side, working on crossing midline and slowly melting away the ice to reveal those animals. So we have cups, you can put soap in here and make it sudsy and fun. I have a few other fun things we can try. The other one I really wanted you guys to try was to use tongs. And so I have these kind of tongs. There's the other kind that kind of pinch together. If you're using those, I would try to keep your kid's hand in that neutral position like this so that they're not lifting their elbow and their shoulder when they're reaching to pinch. For these, it's almost like scissors. You want to have them in more of a scissor position. And we're gonna scoop up that ice cube, crossing midline, transfer it over to the warm bucket, and we can swish it around, see if we can melt it. Getting some sensory play in there too, identifying hot and cold. Oh, and that melted off right away. And we got an elephant. All right, so that worked out really well. So then we're gonna reach across again, pick up another one, drop it in that warm water, and we can keep going back and forth, transferring those. They can go between both buckets if they want, and then they can scoop them out with the tongs and put them in the cold bucket and vice versa. Let's see, this one's, all right, and a dinosaur. All right, the other thing that you could try if you have these bigger discs or bowls that you freeze them in is using a paintbrush. So getting some warm water on the paintbrush and painting away that ice. It might take a little bit longer, but if you're out there having fun and playing, that could be a fun way to incorporate those. Also had this kitchen brush, which is another one you could use. Rub that right on there. Oh, it's actually, that works pretty good. And then you start to melt that ice and find some animals. All different ways you can incorporate fine motor into everyday play. You could be out at a water table and just having them reaching back and forth to cross midline, using both hands together. This one I had to hold the one with one hand, hold the brush with the other. That's working both hands together. You could have them sitting up, laying down, kneeling, all different positions that could help with posture and postural control and working on that core strength. All right guys, I hope you enjoyed that video and it gave you some good ideas to do with water play now that the weather is getting warmer. Some fun ways to incorporate fine motor in everyday play.